This conference will now be recorded.
So
Right,
I
I'm just
have,
recording the session. Yeah. Go ahead.
yes, yeah, I have close to 25 years of experience in the IT industry, and I have worked in multiple locations across the globe. Couple of years in UK, couple of years in Netherlands, Central Europe, close to uh, 11 years in the US. Okay, so I'm working as a principal architect for MNC, specialized in the various cloud implementation for various customers in North America, kind of end to end. When it's a cloud, it's only one piece of work, right? It is kind of a there are three broader areas: platform engineering, data engineering, and the data science, ML, AI related things. So I do end to end. I'm not an ML engineer, but I do support them in terms of platform data and all. Uh, I and Radhika have been closely working to make this program more industry specific, okay, which is not covering all the hundreds of services without focusing on certain things. So this is kind of a tailor-made program based on the industry needs, because I myself lead a practice, and I take a lot of interviews. I know what is needed in the industry. So myself and Radhika, we are kind of a practitioners, right? It is not that we do kind of a training only.
Yeah.
We are primarily we are practitioners. We help our customers in their cloud journey, so we know what the customer needs, what the industry is needs, and where we are heading to. By keeping in mind, we have tailored this program. In coming slides you'll get to know, and it has been really appreciated by many our previous students. Okay, that's why we don't advertise too much in the net and all. It is all through reference only. Okay, so a very custom made program meant to build a team of cloud experts who can work with us. That's the primary aim. You'll get to know more details in coming slides. Thanks for joining today's session.
So before we get to the slides, folks, right, I just want to give a quick background on our company. You can see the screen, right? I know I sent out one kind of few slides, right, which kind of talks about what our program is all about, but it doesn't talk a lot about the company itself. So our company name is Predactica, as you see here. It's primarily a AI/ML product company. You don't see much on the training here, so you'll be surprised where is the training here. So it's not, we are primarily a product company, but we do have also consulting wing. We have 20 plus consultants working in different various fields. And looking at our back, it's so primarily led by three of us, myself, Vijay, and we have another person who looks at the business aspect of it. Is Sridhar. He will be, you'll be interacting with him at some point in this process. So we build a lot of these products, as you see here, a lot of machine learning products as well as customer experience products, and this is our main bread and butter. But on top of that, we are, since our expertise in big data and cloud, between me and Vijay, right? As I said earlier, I myself has been training on big data since 2015 in Dallas area. I know now it is on COVID, but used to have our own institute and all that. So I have close to 300 plus students I have trained on big data. I don't know, 50 plus people have been working in this area right now in the last many years. And this, as the cloud, cloud has grown over the last few years, we kind of restructured our program rather than doing just big data. We kind of did the end-to-end full stack AWS, engineer AWS development kind of skill set. So which you'll see as we go through the slide. It's not just about AWS or not about big data. It is about how to have actual industry implementation using both the technologies, which is what is happening in the industry. So we'll go over that as we get to the slide, but very quickly, as I said, our product, we are a product company. We focus on, these are all cloud products, by the way. This is hosted on cloud, AWS cloud, with different technologies. All that we will be starting there. We are using those products. And we build a lot of solutions, industry specific solutions for different industry, as you see here, right? We have chatbot, we have natural language processing, we have ML studio, all that stuff. But we'll give that overview towards the end. But to start with, right? So this is the enablement program that will lead or take you to that level. Okay. So let me just start with the initial, or maybe how about just a quick introduction from each of you, maybe 1 minute, so that we understand your needs, where you are coming from, your maybe very basic skill set. Hey, I'm coming from SQL, I know this, that, right? That will help us to kind of make sure, right, it is tailored towards your end. So why don't we start with someone, maybe I don't want to put anyone on the, maybe, I don't know, Meena, if you don't mind, maybe you can start, we can start with Meena.
Yeah. Hi, good morning, everyone. Myself, Meena. I finished my master's in information systems from University of Mary Harding Baylor in 2016 June. After completion of my master's, I've done almost an year of a project based on SQL. I've primarily worked on the databases and the SQL queries and getting the data. And I've used, after completion of the SQL reporting with Tableau and Power BI. And that's all about myself. Thank you.
So from AWS standpoint, right, you have the, I mean, I know you want to learn, get to the AWS technology, right? So definitely you have some reasons for that, right? Or I know I talked to you briefly.
Yes, actually, I'm based out of Seattle, Washington. The major opportunities for me here is about AWS, since I live close to Amazon and my husband works in Amazon. So I would like to pursue my career into Amazon, AWS cloud engineering.
Great. Nice to have you, Meena.
Likewise. Thanks.
Vidit, I know Vidit, I haven't talked to you. I know, through our connection. Maybe you can give your brief background and then what you are looking for from this course, right? That will help.
Yes, sure. So, hi everyone, this is Vidit. I graduated from University of Houston on May 2020. So, I graduated in electrical engineering with specialization in image processing and computer vision. And I also taken many subjects in machine learning, deep learning, etc. So, I'm looking for jobs in like machine learning, data science, data engineering, and because I came to know that AWS is an integrated part of all these technologies and it is a necessity to learn. So I'm interested and interested to learn more about AWS, and I'm excited to start with this course.
Sure. Thank you, Vidit. All right. Besong, can you please go ahead? Next.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Basong. I graduated from University of Texas at San Antonio in May 2020 with a biology degree and a chemistry minor. And I actually worked as a delivery driver for Amazon this summer, and I'm interested in studying um, big data and cloud just because I found that interesting and just the overall aspect of big data, and I'm very excited to start this class.
Okay, great. Thanks, Besong. I don't want to offend you, but somehow you established your connection with AWS as well, right? So this is good. Good to know. So okay, Gautam. Hey, Gautam. Glad you joined as well. Gautam, if you could talk a little bit about yourself. I know we talked about almost a month back, I believe, right? Or 2 months back. Gautam, are you there? Maybe you're on mute, Gautam.
Hello, do you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Gautam. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Thank you. My name is Gautam Sarkar, and I'm also a biology graduate. I just graduated like 2 months ago. I am from the DFW area. So while I was in my graduate school, I came across various courses that actually needs like data analysis, like big data kind of thing. So I thought, like, why don't I pursue my career into big data, data analytics? And again, I came across with the idea that AWS and also the cloud is the integral part of big data and data engineering, machine learning, and all other things. And I was looking for a kind of training as you know, academia and also my degree is not the best fit for industry problems. So I was thinking to have some sort of hands-on training that actually comes from the industry experts, and that will give me a springboard to get into the industry. So that's how I started Googling and found Mr. Ratikant over here, and I talked to him, and I'm greatly interested. I have working knowledge of Python, R, a little bit of SQL, but I'm not pretty much confident enough now. But I am on the track. I'm learning every day. So hopefully I'll be able to continue with this course, and I'll be able to continue with this team. Thank you.
Perfect, Gautam. Thank you so much. Ambika, maybe you can go over a little bit on yourself. Ambika, I think you are on mute.
Hello everyone, this is Ambika. I completed my master's in India. After 10 years after I got my H4EAD, I worked as automation and manual test engineer past 3 years. Now I decided to do. I want to pursue my career in AWS.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think we have, okay, Neelam, yeah, please, Neelam, you can go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Neelam Akwana, and I have completed my master's from UT Arlington in May 2020. And after completing my master's, I recently acquired AWS Cloud Practitioner certification, and also planning to write next level solution architecture exam. And I'm looking forward to make my career as a AWS Cloud engineer. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thanks, Neelam. So now I know you are there, but you can very briefly. So you are,
Good morning, everyone. Yes, Ratikan. Hey, good morning, everyone. So this is Swarna. I am working from last 20 years in IT industry, and I work for US. I'm a lead API engineer. So kind of I don't have any cloud exposure. So kind of learning AWS and will help me, to extend my career, and I could be able to lead the data teams as well. So, since we have a lot of cloud initiatives, cloud migration and all work coming up. So I know Ratikan before, so I thought I'll join his class. It will help me. Thank you very much knowing you. Yeah.
Thanks so much. It's good to have people from the industry like you, Sonor, and where you can share ideas and all that during the course, right? That does definitely help. As most of the folks here are from school. They may know the technology, but industry experience is different. Right? You are 20 years. I'm also more than 20 years. Vijay is 20. Right? That helps when we go through the course. We bring up a lot of these flavors from the industry itself, which people coming from the school, which we came from school long back. I went to LSU, Louisiana State University, many years back. But definitely, I think we understand where you guys are. But we'll go over the course curriculum. Anyone else? Did I leave? I believe we covered everyone in the team here, right? I think so. Okay. So if that's the case, let's go over the overview. And Vijay, if you can take over the quicker. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's see. Okay, Vijay, you can take over from here. I will. Yes. And then
sure.
we can.
Thank you, Ratikant. And again, good to know about the various profiles and the expectation. So as I mentioned sometime back, this is kind of a very tailor-made program for people who want to build their career in cloud platform. Okay. As Vidit said, cloud is the is the future, right? Everyone, regardless of their project, whether they are working in a .NET development or a data warehousing or data lake or MLAI, create a what do you call mobile based application, you name it, everything is on cloud. Okay, so why the cloud is very important? How AWS is well ahead of other partners, how others are getting into that. So we'll start with what is the necessity of the cloud, how we are getting into that. Okay, so that's it. So we are building a foundation in the cloud space and focusing on AWS so that you can easily navigate, sail through the in your career. That's a one end goal. So what are the key areas we cover? It is not just in some theoretical knowledge, right? We start with what is cloud, why it is needed, then some basic networking fundamentals. When I say that, when you type say www.google.com from your laptop, how the request is going all the way to the some server sitting in Palo Alto, and how it is coming back. What are the various technologies involved? How the communication between various network happens. So you have to have a kind of a networking fundamental. Then only you can really understand how the cloud works. Okay. Then there are hundreds of AWS services for various business use cases. For example, there is a service called RDS, Relation Database Services. Okay. So in typically we have a Oracle database, SQL Server, MySQL. These are typical relation databases. Okay. So all these multiple databases are packaged one service called RDS, Relation Data Services. Similarly, for storage, they have very cheap storage called S3. This is the most commonly used in all cloud projects. Then servers, we call EC2 instances. Then we have NoSQL database, DynamoDB. We have a service called SageMaker for all the machine learning activities. So for all kinds of business use cases, there is a service, and the list of services are growing day by day. But we'll be focusing only on the deep core AWS services which are used in all the projects. Okay, because we know what is needed in the industry. Radhika and myself practitioners, right? We support various customers across the globe, and we closely work with AWS engineers, the product team itself. As part of my job, I have to work with our vendors, whether AWS, Azure, GCP, or Snowflake as a database. So we talk to the partners. We call they are our partners, right? We are the service providers. We use their services, so we know what is needed in the industry for the various customers. Okay, so we give a lot of focus on the automation part. When it comes to cloud, automation is the critical thing. How easily we can do that automation? How we can then we have alerts and monitoring mechanism. For example, these servers are not sitting in your office building and there are a couple of engineers monitoring the server. No, that is an old way of doing things. Now your entire application is sitting in some server villages. So how do you monitor by sitting remotely? And what are the mechanism to monitor, give an alert? If the job is running, it is failing, or a server is going down. So all these things are alerts monitoring mechanism. We get a lot of focus on that because that is very much interesting. Then comes data engineering services. Okay, so end of the day, the business decisions are taken based on the data, right? We call informed decisions. So data engineering is one of the very prominent area which is widely used in almost all the companies in the world because they run the business, they take decisions based on data. So data engineering is a core service. Third comes DevOps core component. That is something called automation. If the 50 people are working in a project, how we can keep their code in sync, how easily we can integrate and deploy into the target systems. Okay. The last but not least is the cost optimization. When it comes to cloud, in couple of clicks, you can have any kind of services, n number of servers, but there is cost associated. How we are going to address the cost optimization? So this is a course, is a enablement program packaging all the layers of cloud. Okay. So you'll be a full stack AWS engineer. Some people focus only on DevOps. Some people focus on only on data engineering. Some people focus on platform engineering, right? So this allows you to navigate to all the areas. According to us, the industry is looking for full stack AWS engineers. Okay. Previously, some people, if they know forms and reports, they are good in that. Some people write only PL/SQL code in Oracle databases. They get job. Some people get as an Oracle database administrator, DBA. Now things are changing, right? They are looking for full stack AWS engineer who understand and can work on a need basis all the three areas. They don't need to be expert in all the areas, but if they have the foundation knowledge, in case of requirement, they can work on, say, platform engineer. For example, if you're specialized as a data engineer, but you know the concept of platform engineer, and you can work in do some coding in platform also. So they are looking for they're ready to pay extra money, but they need full stack AWS engineer. That's the way industry getting towards that. Okay. So how we are achieving our goal? Yes, we have a classroom training. It is not some record sessions and all, right? Myself and Ratikan will be talking to you. Right now we are in remote. Otherwise, we had a classroom training also. So we have work with each and every one. It is not scanning through some decks or slides. It is actually, hey, this is the concept. This is the way it is needed. This is how you do that. You have to have hands-on thing, both in the classroom, assignment also. Okay, so it will result in your strong foundation in AWS. It is going to be really intense, right? We have to ensure that you guys know the foundation very well so that you can build on top of that. Okay, as I said, we are focusing on all the three areas: platform engineering, DevOps, and the data engineering. So we'll have a labs in the class. We have assignments also. We go for at least 20 real-time production labs that we are giving that. Okay, since it is classroom training intense, it doesn't mean that if you miss something you cannot catch up it. We have the videos. Whatever sessions we are presenting online, we have a recorded session that you can refer to later. We also share our the class note that we prepared. So all the students appreciates that the class notes. Okay. Finally, we want to ensure that all the students who are appearing in our class should be able to clear the AWS Solution Architect exam. So we have had couple of prep sessions for various our previous students, and most of them are getting certified. So they are very confident now. So they are able to clear the exam. End of the day, you have to put effort. We can help you. We can navigate you. We can point you the right set of scenarios, right set of questions, and all. How you should approach, how you should prepare. End of the day, it is with you. But we definitely make sure that we give a right guidance to you. If you are committed, definitely you can clear the exam based on our past experience. Any questions so far?
I'm
You're all
good.
good, right? Okay, good. That's good.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. So what are you going to learn? Okay. As I said, we'll start with what is cloud, why it is so important, what are the benefits, how they are able to give such a very cost-effective infrastructure, how they are able to provide such a wide range of services for use cases, how they are able to go well upfront. So we'll cover that. Okay. And these are the typical AWS services which are used in all the customers. You cannot see any customer who is not using EC2, who is not using EC3. These are the kind of S3. These are the kind of building blocks to build your cloud platform. So we'll cover all these things in detail. You will do labs on each and everything, which are real time. The real time scenarios, we use those kind of things based on our experience. Okay. So these are some of the core services that you will learn, which will help you to build career in this. Okay. Can you move to next thing? some concept like auto scaling. Based on the workload, how you can add more and more servers based on the workload and kind of a scale in and scale out. So this is one of the most commonly used technique. We'll be teaching you a lot of other techniques which will control the cost. So in the interview itself, you can confidently talk, hey, as a full stack AWS engineer, these are the activities, 10 activities I do. These are the 5 things I do to control my cost. If you're able to present, articulate in a very nice way in the first 5-10 minutes, your 50% is done. Okay, so our objective is not to give some training and throw some slides and labs and all. No, we want to ensure that you understand the concept very clearly and your foundation is strong. Okay, so that you can take a deep dive based on the need. And towards the end of the class, you will get to know, hey, I can excel as a platform engineer. I can work as a DevOps engineer, or I can work as a data engineer comfortably. So by having the foundation knowledge in all the 3 areas, you can focus on particular area with other 2 areas as your supporting skills. Okay, that you'll come to know, okay, this is my area, let me focus on that. End of the day, you should be positioned as full stack AWS engineer. That's the whole idea. Hope it's clear, right?
And here there are several services are listed. People, those who are not don't have exposure to AWS may not know that, which is fine. But primarily what we are presenting is like data storage services, networking services, relational database services, big data services. Then you see IAM, identity management, and all that, right? You have Lambda, you see here, Redshift here, right? So these are the various different services within AWS, which will primarily focus on, not as Vijay said, right? There are hundreds of services we are not going to focus. The ones which are important to industry, that's where will be our primary focus, and we'll doing the labs on top of those services. Right? So that's our goal. Any questions so far from what we'll cover from the AWS platform standpoint? Any questions? Okay, hope you are all good till now. Next one I will go ahead and cover, right? So this is as Vijay said, right? We are preparing you for a full stack AWS engineer, right? That means your foundation on the AWS services should be good. Then once you have that, you understand what are the different kind of storages. You understand how the networking works. You understand how VPC, which is virtual private cloud works, right? How do you create subnets? How to create, all the different networking pieces, right? To secure your environment, right? The IAM stuff, all that stuff. Once that is done, right? What happens in the, in a typical industry? People don't just build the infrastructure; they want to do something on it, right? That's where the data engineering comes into picture, right? Whether you are building a big data pipeline for a reporting platform, or you are doing AI/ML, kind of building training models, then predicting whatever you want to do, right? Or any other, web servers or any other different other services using, whether it's Docker, Kubernetes, and all that, right? But the focus from our training standpoint, we are focusing more on the, once you build your foundation on the what you call platform engineering, will train you to become good data engineer as well, right? To do that, we start with a strong language foundation. You see that here, Python. So Python is something we'll train you in the class, although some of you are probably have some knowledge background on the Python, right? And we feel based on how AWS services works, as well as the data engineering works, you should be good at SQL and Python. Okay, so SQL is very universal. Sometimes we don't even ask students, hey, do we know SQL? Because SQL is pretty universal. Anywhere you go, SQL is a standard way of looking at the data, right? If you don't have the SQL knowledge, I would definitely suggest go ahead and quickly go over some SQL 101 and all the stuff. It's very easy to learn. Definitely that will take you a long way in your career. Okay, so apart from that, we'll be teaching you Python. It's very easy language, and as I said, language is a great foundation for doing any data engineering, and most of the services that you'll be working with within AWS, whether you're writing a Lambda function, whether you're doing what you call Boto3 scripting to manage your services, or you are writing a EMR PySpark script to cleanse your data and transform your data to make it ready for reporting platform, right? Everywhere Python is needed, right? Yes, there are other alternatives like Java and Scala, Go and other languages, but Python being very universal, very easy to learn, that's what we focus. Some folks I heard coming from that AI and ML background, and maybe you guys are already working on Python R, but you know, right, how universal is Python, right? You can use it pretty much for anything, and that's what we'll cover. If you don't know it, you will learn it pretty quickly. I can guarantee I have done that many times with the students, and you can learn that pretty quickly. Okay, and these are some basic stuff as I listed down. Like, these are not everything, but these are the primary stuff, primary components of Python we'll be covering, and you will have some assignments on that stuff, right? Then once you are strong in have the foundation of Python, we'll go to Hadoop. Okay, this is not a big data class per se, because it's an AWS class. I used to, as I told you, right, my initially starting 2015, I was teaching big data, and my big data class used to be 8 weekends, and now we are trying to cover Hadoop portion probably in a couple of weeks. The reason is, right, again, your main focus is AWS, but we want to make sure you have, since there is big data on cloud, we want to make sure you have that part covered as well. That being said, we are not going to cover every component of Hadoop. We don't need to. Primarily, we'll focus on, you see one of this called Hive, other one is Spark. So these are the two major components we'll cover, and few things around it, right? Of course, you need to know some foundational knowledge on what is Hadoop ecosystem, what is HDFS, maybe a little bit of MapReduce. We don't need to code anything, but just to have basic understanding of how distributed processing and how distributed storage works, right? Without knowing that, you don't just jump into coding, right? So that you will start with that, then go to the database. Hive is nothing but database on Hadoop. Then one of the technology will focus the most is Apache Spark. Okay, we go over the architecture, we'll do deep dive, building pipelines with sample data and all that, right? So this is our major focus on the Hadoop side. Once you have the foundation, we'll focus on building data pipelines using Python and Spark. Why Spark? Because Spark is one of the major language or major framework even used in AWS. Whether you are going to become a big data engineer outside AWS or inside AWS, right? So Spark is one of the universal framework, currently processing framework being used all around the industry. You are doing AIML, you are doing data transforms everywhere, right? It's pretty much Spark is kind of universal framework, I would say. There is Spark ML machine learning, the Spark AI, there is many. Spark SQL will go over some of those components. Once you have this language foundation, once you have basic Hadoop ecosystem knowledge with a strong foundation on Spark, we get to what you call AWS project. Okay, so towards the end of the weeks, we'll focus on a good project where you'll be using the technology you have learned so far, right? The ones which is catered towards your data engineering, like S3, you will be used for your storage, building the data lake. As you see here, data lake concept. What is the data? How do you establish the data lake in a Hadoop or in a AWS environment, right? What are those? What are those layers, right? What are those typical industry data layers to build a data lake, which is very common across, right? How do I build the batch processing pipeline, right? How do I bring my data, ingest it, process it, transform it, make it ready for reporting, maybe using QuickSight or Athena, some of the tools as you see here, right, in the AWS itself, or connect to something like Tableau or business object reporting outside, right? But you need to know how to build it, right? So this is where your real industry knowledge comes into picture. Typical training people, those do training, if they don't have industry experience, they cannot cover it, because we do it every day, right? So this is where I bring our industry knowledge, how to build this data lake, how to build a batch processing pipeline, same thing, how to build a streaming pipeline using Kinesis, all those stuff, right? Hadoop EMR, how to build big data on cloud using Elastic MapReduce. Same thing, what do we do Hadoop here? How do I do the similar PySpark pipeline on EMR? which is the Hadoop on big data, Hadoop on cloud, right? Building sample architectures using all this ecosystem services, right? You need to understand different architectures. This is a reporting architecture targeted towards building reports. This is a data lake architecture. This is a ML architecture. This is a real-time architecture. You need to have that big picture in your mind. So when you are discussing with your interviewer, you are talking from that point of view. Okay, you have the full picture in your mental landscape, hey, from ingestion all the way to end, right? What is happening here, right? So technology is one thing. How to bring all these technologies together to solve a problem, that's a different thing, right? How to build architecture around it. And this will help you in your certification. Certification is, all of the certification questions will primarily be scenario based. They will be scenario based. You need to understand what's the goal. I want a scalable, flexible, low cost platform where I want to ingest the data, in a microsecond. What kind of technology should I use? Those kind of questions will come. Okay, it's not like 1 + 1 = 2, or not that. The questions will come where you understand the weakness and strength of each of this technology and how to put together to build a solution. Looking at the 5 principles, right? Scalability, flexibility, auto scaling, reliability, and cost. There are 5 principles that you need to use to solve your problem. Okay, this will come together when you come to certification, and we'll give some guidance on that. So this is where I do a lot of sample what you call lab, as well as at the end you will be doing a end-to-end project. Okay, you're doing a end-to-end data engineering project, which will kind of seal your learning. I would say it will seal your learning from that point. You can go to the interview, you can talk through it. Hey, I brought in this data set, sales, product, store data. I cleaned it up using something called Glue Lambda service. AWS Glue service. I prepared the data again using another Glue service, which is nothing but PySpark behind the scene. Once the data is ready, I pushed it to Redshift for doing reporting, and I used Athena to do quick start reporting for ad hoc reporting. So once you understand the weakness and the strength of each of technology, you will put together to create solutions. So that's will be probably covered towards the end of the last 2 weeks. When you are ready with all the background knowledge about the services, you'll be building solutions. That's where the fun starts. Actually, I would say that's where the fun starts. We will be creating solutions, and AWS is being a service-oriented, a managed service-oriented platform. It's much easier to build it. I don't have to, within 10 minutes I'll set up everything, or 30 minutes then shut down everything. I don't have to pay after that, right? So that's the beauty about AWS. Being a big data engineer, big data architect for many years, I learned AWS only from last year. Vijay has been working on AWS for many years. But when I saw this AWS, man, it's this I can spin up my EMR cluster, one master to 5 core nodes in matter of 5 minutes. Have my things built in 30 minutes, which would take days and weeks on Hadoop. Which literally take days, weeks, or months on Hadoop, and I can have my solution ready in few days here, right? And you will be experiencing that because you can spin up things with very minimal cost and shut it down, and you can try out things without paying a lot of money. That's good about this kind of service. You don't have to buy stuff, you don't have to have laptops, nothing. You just need connectivity to AWS. That's all you need. So this is what we'll be covering. From this slide is more from the data engineering, Hadoop, and project, and of course, as you see, certification. So we have a lot of learnings from our other students, how they cleared the test, how even they failed the test. We know why they failed and what did they do to clear it. So we'll give those guidance, what is the best way to approach it, so that you do clear it in the first instance. It takes some time. We understand that people, those are not coming from industry, they will take some time to understand these concepts. So maybe right after, once the platform engineering is complete, you will start this preparation in parallel. You don't have to wait till the end, okay? Because our goal is here, which is in the next slide, right? As you see here, we are not just a training company. We are bringing you in to help you do marketing and placement. Okay, our goal is to place you in the market And we have done that many times. We just placed one guy last Friday. He's starting on 16th. He's from our last earlier batch. We are marketing 2 other. Their interviews are just getting ready now, and they just finished the project last week, and they are ready to. We are doing their interview preparation. I had one interview preparation yesterday, the one day for yesterday. We'll have 3 separate interview preparations next week. These are done after everything is finished. When you say, hey, I'm ready, or 2-3 folks, typically interview preparation happens only with 2-3 folks. We don't have 5-6 people there. We building your resumes, preparing the what you call your projects in there. See, you go to other consulting companies, that's okay, you can there build your resumes, put something, but who will face the interviewer? You guys, right? Unless you know what to talk, how will you clear the interview, right? So that means you need a strong project foundation, and you need to know how to narrate your projects and how to answer your technology questions. This is where we come in. Okay, this is where many of the companies outside, they miss it because they don't have industry experience. We know exactly what people ask. We know exactly how to make you ready. Whatever is put on a resume, you can talk through that. Okay, so that's where in the 5 to 6 sessions, me and Vijay do that. Typically 1-hour sessions for the people who are getting to the end. This is all done after all the training is finished. Okay, so that is the final thing. We believe in 4 weeks interview preparation and marketing. After 4 or 5 interviews, you will get the job. We believe if you follow this thing based on our experience with other students, you will click the interview in pretty much after 4 interviews. 5th one, you will start clearing interviews just left and right after that. Okay, so this is very methodical, right? It's very methodical. As you see here, we start with Python. This is how it will start actually. Next Friday, Saturday, we start with Python. Build your language. Okay, as you see here, this is Python essentials. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we'll build our big data fundamentals, Hadoop and Spark, right? So this will be done. We are not constrained by time. Last batch went up to three months. I mean, I'm still, we just finished last week, almost went 3 months, but it was done in such, I mean, quite a few sessions, quite a few projects, quite a few interview preps until people are good at it. So we are not, hey, we have to finish in this 3 weeks, right? Our goal is to place it. So we are not constrained by time. Hey, we have to finish. Yes, we have put some timeline here so that you work on it. If we don't challenge you, we are not going to work. So that's why it is. We'll have a weekday session as well as weekend session. Okay, we will work through that with the schedule. So first week, as you see here, Python essentials, whatever is listed in Python here, as you see here, right? These things. Then once you have the language understanding, we go directly to big data fundamentals, right? Where we focus primarily in Hive and Spark. Okay, once you have these 2 things built on your skills, you start with platform engineering. Okay, earlier we used to start with platform engineering. We thought, let's start with these 2 first. Once you have the background, get to the platform engineering, we can switch. It's not a big deal, but we feel like start with this. Okay, then platform engineering, which Vijay will come in. So for this first 2, I will take. Then Vijay will come in. He will cover all the platform engineering things we talk about, right? Building the foundation on cloud. Okay. And once that is done, I will come in. Then I will help you guys to your language understanding, your platform engineering, how to put together to build data engineering solutions, creating big data projects, building data lakes, creating reports. Building data lakes and then creating reports using Athena, QuickSight, Redshift, all the stuff, right? And this is where some real life solutions and project will come. Okay. And once you are done with that, in parallel, you will be working on certification. It's not like you finish after that. That's why I say 4 weeks in parallel. By the time you are done with your platform engineering, you start your preparation right away. We'll give you some tips how to prepare in parallel, so that by the time you start scheduling your certification, looking at where we are at, 2nd week of November, we are thinking by end of December, you guys should be very good to go for certification. Okay, these things will all over. You will be ready for scheduling your certification maybe end of December, maybe early, even Jan, or maybe some people can go pretty early, right? Depending on how quickly you get these concepts ready, right? And assuming everything all good, Jan month will be all marketing and placement. It's a great start of the new year. A lot of new projects will be starting, and I'm pretty sure by end of January, many of you will start getting jobs. Okay, so as you see here, right? So placement and marketing. This is where the resume preparation, interview preparation separately, only for the folks. Not everybody goes to this level, right? Some people will say, hey, I'm not ready. I will do in Feb. I'll March. That's okay. People those are ready. They have done their certification. We'll take those students and do special preparation for interviews. Okay, and then our marketing team takes over from that point. I mean, and we're pretty sure, if you start January 1st, by end of January, you'll get job. Okay. So this is how it works end to end. It's a lot of work on our side. As you see here, it's a daily, weekly engagement with you, very intense, right? And this is done for a purpose. And we hope you guys are committed to it. Right, so any questions? And it is a proven program. Okay, it's a proven program because we know exactly what the industry needs. Okay, and once you get the job, since myself, Vijay, and our team, others are we work in the technology. It's not like we are just training and we are part of the company. We work in the technology day in day and night. I myself, I'm working for one of the companies. Vijay is also working every day, every week, right? So what does that mean? After you are in job, we can support you with your any support you need, and so ourselves as well as we have folks in India, our team, product team, they can also we are putting up a support system now that we have more AWS engineers so that they can support you at least until you get to stand on your own feet. Okay, so that's what we believe. It will take some time, but that's okay. That's how it works. Okay, any questions so far, guys, with respect to our curriculum, our approach? And again, this is not the first time you are in. We have done it few times, so we are kind of changed a few times, tweaked it many times, so just to see what's the best way to approach, so based on our learning. I'll just take a pause here if you guys have any questions and how it all works. Okay.
Hi, Dilip here. Just wanted to ask about the schedule of the session. So, is it going to be like on weekdays or like on the weekends?
Okay, so the way we have done in the past is it's both weekdays and weekends. Weekends typically we do 9 to 1. That's what we have done, but we can change the time if we have to. But 9 to 1, 9 to 1, Saturday and Sundays. And weekdays we'll do 3 days, 2 hours, evening hours, 2 hours in the evening. These are which days we can figure out, right? Whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or in Tuesday. Those things we can figure out which are the best days to go with. The reason it is both weekdays and weekends because we just want to speed up a little bit with some intense activity in the first few weeks, so that you get into the what you call get in the flow, I would say, right? Get in the flow. If we have 1 week gap and things could it could, I won't say we'll forget, but your flow will be broken. So and we want to finish up the course material quickly so that we'll get to the projects. The goal is to really do the to build the solutions. If you don't do that, just do the this just the best what you call platform components, you will not, if you don't use it, you will not learn it. Okay, and your preparation for certification will also be it will not be successful. So that's the reason we build your what you call we try to teach the concepts quickly. Once you do that, maybe in first 4 weeks, let's see, first 4 weeks we finish all our learnings, right? And then we'll focus 2-3 weeks on doing the projects, doing different architecture, these are right. So we can focus more on solutions rather than learning endlessly. There is no end to learning anyway, right? So that's why we'll do both weekdays and weekends, but those things can be discussed. I think Vijay he cannot do Saturday, for example. Anyway, we can discuss that, but that's what we did both weekdays and weekends. Weekends 4 for 8 hours, weekdays 2 to 3 days, total 6 plus 8, 14 hours a week, and it can be changed and tweaked based on people's availability and all that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any other questions, guys? Seems like I explained everything, or you guys didn't understand anything. One of the two. So,
Yeah, Ambika, do you have any questions? Are you clear? Any questions? Let's go one by one.
No, I'm good.
Hello, Angelina. Do you have any question?
No, thanks.
Yeah, okay. How about Arjun, Bizong? All good?
I'm good, all good.
Bijit, Gautam?
Yes, I'm good. I
Yeah.
think I
Meena, Neelam,
have all
Swarna?
my answers.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, as Rajgan said, either you all of you understood everything or nothing. In both case, no questions, right? So we take the positive side. You got everything.
Hi, Bijay. This is Swarna. What are the timings in weekdays? I think I got distracted. I didn't hear. What are the evening times?
Yeah, in the past, Vijay, when did we do it? 7 or 8?
8 to 10
Oh, sounds good. Yeah, thank you.
CST.
Yeah, you can sit down after dinner, right? At least Central Standard Time, but yeah, 8 to 10.
Okay. Yeah, that will work for me. Thank you.
Yep, that's how it is. So we pretty much, we could finish up most of the learnings in first 4 weeks, actually. Most of the learnings. So that we focus the next 2 to 3 weeks building solutions and creating projects. That's our main goal. 4 weeks learn, 2 to 3 weeks just build solutions, and in the meantime prepare for your certification. You are done by the end of December. You are all good with it. Jan, start with placement, which is specific, focused on folks those who are going for placement. Not everybody goes in the first stage. They may not be everybody's ready. Hey, out of 6-7 people, hey, we 3 are ready. Okay, we'll take those 3 people. We prepare them for 2 weeks, and resumes gets ready. Your everything. You know what to talk. Everything you want to talk will be taught to you. It'll be video recorded. You will look at it many times, so you know what to say. Okay, so again, your project, and it's not just we are talking, but this knowledge is built from the projects. Okay, when you do these projects, you know exactly what we do. This is just refinement happening. Okay, that your narrative, how you talk about the project, how to talk about the environment, how to talk about the deployment, right? Those things, those nuances which are typically not taught in the what you call training, those will be taught here. Okay? So typical interview specific questions, right? As I said. Okay.
Okay. I think we are about to close.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think we are just 1 hour anyway. I think that was what was intended to start with. So I'll reach out to you guys and let me know, confirm your participation. We'll be starting on next Saturday. We are this week, I was about to start, then we are preparing few folks for the interview. This week will be busy. I have 3 sessions for this week for the interview that you're doing. So that's why we'll start on 14th, not 15th. I put 15th, right? It should be 14th. Okay, it should be 15th. Okay, I put the wrong date here. Then it should be somewhere. It should be 14th. So 14th, Saturday, next Saturday, we'll get started. Okay, I'll send you the details, and primarily me and Vijay will be joining, and carry on. Okay.
Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. See you all soon in the class. Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.